Shalom, good afternoon. Welcome to a rainy day in Israel. It's very beautiful, actually, the rain and the clouds, and it gives you the sense of being covered over, protected from things like missiles. Just the errant missile in your neighborhood. You have to make some kind of dark humor out of the travesty of war, and it helps us survive. But it's reality, and it is travesty, it's tragedy. And then I open up to today's Torah. We've been learning Likutei Moharan now for 4 years on a regular basis, Torah by Torah, paragraph by paragraph. Some Torahs, it takes me 17 classes to do the whole thing. And some Torahs are one day, like today's Torah is one paragraph. And it opens up, Mechasei Shemayim Ba'avim, the one who covers over the heavens with clouds. Amechin La'aretz Matar, the one who prepares rain for the land. So it's kind of appropriate, this weather and this Torah. Let's see what it's going to really teach us. What Nachman really wants to teach us is that to cover over the heavens is to cover over the life force that the tzaddik is bringing in the world for everybody else. See, because the pyramid of souls demands that there be somebody at the top of the highest caliber of tzaddik, of righteous, and he's the one who kind of opens the spigot from the infinite into the finite, and for all the other souls below him on the tree. So this guy's an important guy that opens up the shefa, the life force into the world, and so he needs to be protected and covered over so he can do his work. And what does the tzaddik get? He gets a machloket from other righteous people, argue against him and provoke the public about some discussion about the tzaddik. But in the meantime, he's hidden over by the argument and he can do his work to bring the life force in. Because the negative forces are always going after the holy and the high people that are bringing greatness into the world, the greatness of Hashem's light that gives life to everything. And the rain, of course, is the metaphor for Shefa itself. So just that right there, you've heard the basics of the Torah. You can go home now. But we're going to go into it and see, because Rabbi Nachman, of course, explains it according to the Kabbalah. Hine Yadua. It's impossible, he says, and known that it's impossible that the life force, the shefa, the nourishment from heaven can't come into the world except through the tzaddik, because he's the purified channel that can take it to the less purified channels, all the rest of the human race. Because the tzaddik has the hands to receive them. What are the hands? We're not talking about physical things. You bring home bags of from the mall, right? The hands are the powers of love and awe. That when a person has true love and awe, he becomes that channel. Because these are the hands, love and awe. The kol brachot are coming from there. All the blessings. But the tzaddik, therefore, he has to hide his love and his awe, because he doesn't want to make noise and attract attention to what he's doing through the love and the awe, because that will definitely bring the other side. Because the negative forces can come and steal that life force from the tzaddik. This is the idea of covering the world with clouds, covering the tzaddik. The covering of Shemayim. Shemayim is the combination of Eish, fire, and water. And if you steam up some water, you're going to get a cloud of sorts. And if you have a world-sized laboratory, it's going to be a big cloud. And so that's what we got here, is this cloud, is this covering over. That he has to cover up the blessings coming from heaven. And that covering over the love and the awe, the vessels that will receive that life force. And the idea of God preparing water for the land, rain, is the idea of drawing that power down through avodah, See, when you have real connection to prayer and love of God and awe of God, He wants to send the life force through you. All these tzaddikim on the wall behind me, what are they? I just put them there because they look cool, they're holy men. No, because they are the leaders of the generations that have brought us to the point where we're at. And we need to stay connected to them because they're in heaven, but they're still doing the job at a certain level. Now, there are tzaddikim, of course, still in their bodies that are doing the job as well. And a big part of the Kabbalah of the Arizal is about how to bring that power down. And these are the idea of rain, of hashpa'ah, of nourishment, of when the tzaddik is very famous. And then the negative forces are always coming after him. And they know he is, and they don't allow him to bring down the shefa. What does that mean? In other words, Mekatreg, he's not going to stand up in front of you like the district attorney and say you're guilty of a sin, because he's dealing with a tzaddik. And he's not going to be able to say, well, Hashem, he really is not as perfect as you think, and God's not going to listen. So what they try to do to a tzaddik, these prosecutors of the spiritual variety, gives them things to do to take them away from their work, give them things to do to take them away from prayer and learning that actually creates the vessel and the light for the shefa to come down. So all you have to do is just busy them and take them away from their work. And so God puts it in the heart of another righteous person to bring a machloket on that tzaddik, to busy him with the machloket also, and to make false charges and to accuse the person of ridiculous things. But the actual aid of the machloket actually helps the true tzaddik bring the shefa down. Because he's not bothered by the arguments. Normal people get bothered when people say stuff about us, right? We don't like it when people talk bad about us. But when you're a tzaddik, it's like vapor, it's like air, it's like nothing. Because you know the truth. Because when you're attached to truth in the real way, the only thing that bothers you, is God's truth. You're interested in is God's truth. That's what will bother me if someone accuses you of lying and you're honest. Why should you get upset? And if someone accuses you of lying and you're dishonest, then usually that's when you get upset because someone's found your button. And this is the machloket, the one tzaddik arguing with the other, l'shem what? For the sake of Shemayim, bringing down the shefa of Shemayim into this world. So it's a beautiful take that Rabbi Nachman does on that simple phrase. Right? L'shem Shemayim, for the name of heaven is for the name of the life force that's coming out of heaven that we need down here. L'shem tzaddik. And the tzaddik is the one. Shehu mechuneh b'shem Shemayim. And the tzaddik's nickname is heaven. Because he has these connections to love and awe, he becomes the one who can bring it down. L'shem Shemayim. Like Yosef tzaddik in Egypt. He brought down the shefa for the entire world. With love and awe. In order to prepare the rain, and the rain comes and the blessing comes, and so rain is a good thing. Now there is a damaging rain, of course, when it's too much and too little place, and farmers know about that. I guess the city managers know about it too if they haven't cleaned the drains out. But really, we're blessed to see this because it explains to us why a righteous person will argue with another righteous person. It's only to create a cloud in order the deeper righteous person can bring down the rain. And so all we need to do is just learn their books and believe in God's system, that He knows how to run the system. The company, the corporation is very good in heaven, and they know exactly what to do, how and when, and through whom. And all we need to be is attached to the right people. And it could be living or dead people, because the tzaddikim are still doing the work of bringing the infinite into the finite, bringing the light into the vessel, and that is the inspiration and the life force, and that's the money in your pocket and the food on your shelf. And it's also the life force that feeds the trees and the plants and the animals and the insects and the birds and everybody else. So stay with the tzaddikim, stay with the teachings, and do what they say. You're going to have a happy, better, more fulfilled life. All the best. Hanukkah Sameach. We'll see you again.